PGA Tour coach Randy Joyner with this week's golf tip, the truth about the lies. What tour players are actually doing. As most of you know, this game seems extremely difficult, but it's really not. And when you watch golf on television every weekend, tour players make it look easy. Well, why do they make it look easy? Well, today I'm going to give you 3 reasons why a tour player makes it look easy, but guess what? Regardless of your ability level, you can also do it.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drill, we ride.
Think about this for a second. You'll never see a quarterback or a pitcher that's a bad golfer. Golf is a throwing motion. So if you think about that, you think about all the NFL guys, the MLB pitchers that play golf, they're really good at it. They're good at it for a reason. Golf is a throwing motion. So here's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to step over and hit a couple of balls. Think about this. If you're a right-handed player, golf is a right arm game. It's not a left-sided game. Most of you have been taught to pull with your left arm, turn your left hip out of the way, do a lot of that stuff. It's more of just a right arm throw. Again, that's why the pitchers and the quarterbacks make great golfers. So what you're going to do is you've got 3 joints in your arm. You've got a right wrist, and it's going to move this way. So your right wrist in a golf swing, and I know most of you have been taught to cock your wrist only moves back and forth. If you notice the club just moving back and forth, there's no twist in this face. The wrist just moves back and forth. That's motion number 1. The second joint is your right elbow hinges and unhinges, much like a hammering motion. Then you've got a right shoulder joint that's a ball and socket joint. That's what moves your body. So when you're watching tour players and it looks like they're making this big turn, their right arm is actually creating that turn. They're not thinking about turning their body. So here's a great drill for you. And by the way, anybody can do this. This is going to look like this is difficult, but it's not. I want you to practice one-handed. Take a pitching wedge or a sand wedge, and you're just going to start out by hinging and unhinging that right wrist. So you hinge it, you unhinge it. So that's your first move. That's going to be just a slight little pitch shot. And you'll hear that click it makes. It's just like you're skipping a rock. Hinge the wrist, unhinge the wrist. All right? Second motion. Now once you've got that down, you're going to add some elbow to it. So now we're going to hinge the wrist, fold the elbow, and now that ball goes out there farther. So now with that pitching wedge, that ball's gone about 85, 90 yards. No effort at all. All right, and so now what you're going to do with this last joint, the shoulder joint, you're going to move your body a little more, and that ball's going to go farther. Your body reacts to that. Now in future tips, we're going to talk about one more piece that all tour players do that I guarantee you've never been taught. As a matter of fact, you've been taught opposite. As I look at the driving range, I'm watching all these players make that same mistake. Tour players don't do that. So you're going to learn that in a future video. So go out and try these 3 joints. Again, it's right wrist, hinges, unhinges, right elbow, folds and unfolds, and then your right shoulder moves with the hinging of the elbow, and that's how you hit a golf ball. And that's why NFL quarterbacks, major league pitchers that play this game make it look extremely simple. It's a right arm throwing motion, and that's why tour players make it look easy that you watch on television every weekend. And it just made your game simpler too. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and check us out next time on our next video of The Truth About the Lies.